This guy glances over at his roommate watching some video. He walks over to look, and man, the guy in the video is actually him. When Xu Zhenggren was repeating his senior year, he realized he liked men. Back then, he even fell for his tutor. To get the teacher to accept him, Xu Zhenggren spent half a year pursuing him. But soon he got bored. When his family made him go to a boarding school in the countryside, Xu Zhenggren took the chance to break up with his tutor. After the breakup, Xu Zhenggren did pretty well at the boarding school, and he kept suppressing himself, not daring to let anyone discover his secret. But at a class reunion 2 months ago, he couldn't resist the temptation, took something he shouldn't have, and in a haze ended up getting intimate with Han Minyu. Xu Zhenggren thought it was just a one-time thing, playing with fire. But no. His roommate Zhao Changxian is watching the video with great interest. Xu Zhenggren walks over curious, only to see its footage of himself, which shocks him like a lightning bolt. Right there on screen is him and Han Minyu in the video. He panics and slams the laptop shut. Ha! What? Would you close it? The best part comes next. Xu Zhenggren can't stop shaking. Where did you get this? Zhao Changxian tilts his head and looks at him, saying he set up a camera in the dorm to prevent theft, and just happened to catch it, by accident. Xu Zhenggren finally loses control of his emotions, grabs his laptop and smashes it on the floor, then clenches his fist and tells Zhao Changxian he'll pay for it, but hopes he can forget what he saw in the video. He frantically explains to him that this was just a mistake, then grabs his hand, half threatening, saying installing a camera itself breaks school rules. I'll keep your secret, but you have to pretend you saw nothing. Xu Zhenggren talks up a storm, but Zhao Changxian doesn't say a word. And just when Xu Zhenggren is cursing him in his head, Zhao Changxian finally speaks. Of course. You're not interested in me, right? Xu Zhenggren can't figure out what he means by that, thinking he wants money. And then Xu Zhenggren has heard about Zhao Changxian's family situation before. His dad died in prison, and his mom left home. So Xu Zhenggren offers to help him, buy him anything he wants. But begs him not to tell anyone about him and Han Minyu. He tries hard to convince him to agree. Zhao Changxian looks at him and suddenly smiles strangely. You want to make a money deal with me? Xu Zhenggren doesn't know what he means by that, desperately trying to calm himself down, thinking about how to get the original file from him. Then Zhao Changxian suddenly asks him something. Do you like Han Minyu? Xu Zhenggren quickly explains that time really was just a mistake. This guy gets caught on camera getting intimate with someone, desperately explaining it was just a mistake. But Zhao Changxian doesn't believe it at all, and says with certainty, you two both look pretty happy, didn't you? Xu Zhenggren doesn't want to discuss this at all. He just wants him to give him the original video. But Zhao Changxian says he doesn't want to, and doesn't want to accept his money deal either, and smirks at him, saying the video is saved somewhere else. Xu Zhenggren is scared and angry, not knowing what he really wants. Zhao Changxian is actually pretty upset about Xu Zhenggren trying to pay him off. He suddenly leans close to Xu Zhenggren and says quiet, if you want to make a deal, you should ask what I want first. Xu Zhenggren can't help but grab Zhao Changxian's clothes tight, angrily asking him what he wants. Zhao Changxian stares at his face. Will you agree to whatever I need? Then provokes Xu Zhenggren with a smile. You want to punch me right now, don't you? Xu Zhenggren bites his lip hard, really wanting to give him a punch, but still controls his temper and apologizes nicely. He says as long as he can delete all the videos completely, whatever he needs, he'll do what he says. He begs Zhao Changxian to tell him what he wants. Zhao Changxian suddenly grabs Xu Zhenggren's hand tight, makes him lean closer. Whispers in his ear, I want 10 billion. Xu Zhenggren hears this and is totally stunned. Why not just rob someone? Finally unable to hold back his rage, he punches him. He's not a patient person to begin with, and right now he's already holding back like crazy, just to get the video file. Zhao Changxian doesn't care at all that he got hit, stares at him and says, do you know what your face looks like right now? Seeing Xu Zhenggren shaking with anger, Zhao Changxian grins and says, I found the video pretty great. It'd be a waste if only one person watched it. If I upload it online, it'll definitely blow up. Xu Zhenggren hears this and freezes completely. Tears flow down. Seeing him like this, Zhao Changxian says mockingly, scared I'll put your video online. Xu Zhenggren trembles and begs him not to do this. But Zhao Changxian says he doesn't feel his sincerity. Xu Zhenggren leans weakly against him, asking what he wants him to do, telling him to stop playing with him. As Zhao Changxian tells him to give him a sincere apology. But after hearing Xu Zhenggren say sorry, Zhao Changxian still thinks he's not sincere enough. Zhenggren can only say again, I really was wrong. I shouldn't have treated you that way. But Zhao Changxian presses him, shouldn't have treated me how? Actually, Zhao Changxian and Xu Zhenggren used to have a pretty good relationship. At first, Xu Zhenggren even said not to let anyone else into their dorm besides the two of them. Zhao Changxian agreed right away. But then Xu Zhenggren himself brought Han Minyu to the dorm, and did that kind of thing there. Xu Zhenggren figures Zhao Changxian must be angry about this. Thinking of this, Xu Zhenggren apologizes to Zhao Changxian again. And after hearing it, Zhao Changxian does calm down quite a bit. Then he makes Xu Zhenggren promise him not to get intimate with anyone else again. Seeing Xu Zhenggren nod, Zhao Changxian stares at him for a while, and emphasizes again, don't hook up with anyone else anymore. Xu Zhenggren agrees, of course. Only then does Zhao Changxian tell him the video only exists on that one laptop. After hearing this, Xu Zhenggren apologizes once more for earlier, for trying to use money to pressure him into deleting the video. Zhao Chengxian thought Xu Zhenggren would curse him out, even braced himself for a beating, but never expected Xu Zhenggren would apologize to him. Xu Zhenggren thought it was all over. But Zhao Chengxian suddenly says, "Why wouldn't I back it up?" Xu Zhenggren hears this, and it's like getting struck by lightning. Zhao Chengxian threatens him again. "If you dare make me angry, I'll release everything." Seeing Xu Zhenggren angry but not daring to speak after hearing this, Zhao Chengxian adds, "First time seeing you hold back this much. Can you even tolerate this?" He suddenly hooks his hand around his neck, pulls Xu Zhenggren into his arms, and kisses him on the lips. Xu Zhenggren is stunned by Zhao Chengxian's move, demanding to know what he's doing. Zhao Chengxian doesn't answer, just tells him from now on he has to be back at the dorm every night by 7. Xu Zhenggren calls after him, "What about my video?" Zhao Chengxian shrugs, "You behave yourself, and I'll delete it permanently." Zhao Chengxian also tells Xu Zhenggren to think carefully about what he really needs. Because of this, Xu Zhenggren feels extremely agitated. He doesn't know whether to tell Han Minyu about the video. Jing Shengzhu, eating with him, asked with concern why he looks so pale. Xu Zhenggren casually says his stomach hurts. Han Minyu nearby turns and asks if he needs to see a doctor. After hearing Xu Zhenggren say no, he invites him to come to his room after dinner, and Han Minyu hints that his roommate will be out all night. Zhenggren doesn't agree, stands up wanting to leave, and Han Minyu also gets up wanting to go with him. Then a voice rings out, "Stop bothering Xu Zhenggren all the time." Xu Zhenggren turns his head to look. Zhao Chengxian is sitting nearby, smiling at them. This guy is just too awful. Just because he's meeting someone else, he stomps his roommate's phone to pieces. When Xu Zhenggren gives Zhao Chengxian his old stuff, hearing his thanks always makes him feel like he did something good. When going home for break, he even specifically mentioned that he'll be alone the whole vacation. It'll be so comfortable because he definitely never slept in a single room at the orphanage. He even thought he was being funny, saying he could watch adult videos to comfort himself. Zhao Chengxian stared at him strangely. At the time, Xu Zhenggren didn't realize that his pride was already starting to crack. Today, Xu Zhenggren goes to class with a bruise on his face. Jin Shengzhu sees it and is very concerned, asking if something happened. But he denies it. Jin Shengzhu doesn't believe him at all. But Xu Zhenggren doesn't want to say more. He makes up some excuse to brush it off. Jin Shengzhu doesn't press further, just asks if he'll go home for break. He quietly says yes, but inside he's determined. No matter what happens, he has to go home for break. If he keeps staying with Zhao Chengxian like this, he'll break down eventually. Jin Shengzhu invites him to go out of town together. He refuses and tells him to take Minyu. Speaking of Minyu, Jin Shengzhu also thinks he's been really strange lately, saying it feels like someone is following and watching him. Xu Zhenggren thinks, did that guy threaten Minyu too? Should he tell him about this? The teacher notices him zoning out and tells him to go wash his face to wake up. Xu Zhenggren decides to take this chance to talk to Minyu. He runs to the roof of the building and texts Minyu to come, thinking if he explains it clearly, maybe this will all end. But instead of Minyu, it's Zhao Chengxian who shows up. Seeing him completely shocked, the cigarette in his mouth falls to the ground. Zhao Chengxian says sarcastically, "What's with your face, Zhenggren?" Xu Zhenggren trembles all over, unable to speak. Zhao Chengxian smirks and asks who he's waiting for. Looks like he already knows that Xu Zhenggren was meeting Han Minyu. Xu Zhenggren doesn't know how he'll treat him. Closes his eyes tight and turns away, not daring to face it. Zhao Chengxian grabs his phone, smashes it on the ground with a crash and stomps on it. This guy comes back to the dorm just a few minutes late, and his roommate forces him to kneel. Xu Zhenggren pushes open the dorm door. Zhao Chengxian is sitting on the bed with his arms crossed. As soon as he sees him, he says coldly, "You're 5 minutes late." Then tells him to come closer and demands to know why he's late. Xu Zhenggren explains quietly that he went to the counseling office, but Zhao Chengxian ignores his explanation, sneering that he hates people who don't keep their word. Xu Zhenggren clenches his fist instinctively, cursing this jerk in his head. Zhao Chengxian seems to know he's cursing him, and keeps threatening him with a grin. He even mentions his own dad. Xu Zhenggren already heard that Zhao Chengxian's family is complicated. His dad got locked up for a crime and died in prison, and his mom ran off with someone, left him stuck in the orphanage. Xu Zhenggren never cared about any of this before, but now, facing Zhao Chengxian, he still feels intimidated. He grits his teeth and asks what he wants him to do. When he hears Zhao Chengxian tell him to kneel, he thinks he must have heard wrong. But in the end, he kneels in humiliation before Zhao Chengxian. He listens as he's forced to describe how it felt with Minyu. He's even asked if he'd sleep with anyone, as long as they wanted him to. Xu Zhenggren denies it, of course. He chose Minyu because the guy had a fiancée, so there'd be no strings attached. Zhao Chengxian seems really unhappy with that. He reaches out and grabs his chin. Xu Zhenggren has no idea what he did to piss him off, but he still apologizes again. He promises he'll never hook up with anyone again. Only then is Zhao Chengxian satisfied. He lets Xu Zhenggren off the hook for now, but says he has to come back tomorrow. Then he lies on the bed watching the video he recorded, seeing that he does have a backup. Xu Zhenggren is furious. Actually, he thought he'd been pretty good to Zhao Chengxian. Zhao Chengxian used to hide in the bathroom to change clothes every day. At first, he didn't get it, but then he accidentally saw his dirty clothes. and realized his underwear was all torn up. So Xu Zhengren dug out some new underwear and gave it to Zhao Chengxian, told him to stop hiding. Zhao Chengxian thanked him quietly, but his neck turned bright red from embarrassment. Back then, Xu Zhengren always thought he was being a good roommate. He even brought back leftovers for him. This guy was threatening someone 1 second, then kissing him the next. Zhao Chengxian sneers and demands to know what important thing he was planning to tell Minyu. Was it about me? Xu Zhengren jerks and denies it instinctively. He stammers out an explanation. He just wanted to make things clear with Minyu, tell him to stop calling, and that nothing like that would happen again. Zhao Chengxian laughs coldly. He obviously doesn't believe him. He looks down, afraid to face it, but his chin gets grabbed and lifted up. Zhao Chengxian leans in close and asks if he ever hooked up with Minyu here. After hearing him deny it, Zhao Chengxian tells him not to go see Han Minyu. He says if anyone's going to clear things up, it'll be him. He warns him this is the last time he'll tolerate his lies. Then he says some other weird stuff. Xu Zhengren stares at him, not knowing what he means. Then he hears him say quietly, "I'm crazy." Then he leans down and kisses him. Xu Zhengren's eyes go wide, but under his threats, he goes along with it. He's even forced to look at him. Zhao Chengxian threatens him again, says if he contacts Han Minyu again, he'll kill him. Then he kisses him again. Back at the dome, Zhao Chengxian tells him to seduce him. Xu Zhengren asks what exactly he wants him to do, but he just mocks him, saying isn't this his specialty. He tells him he can just copy what he saw in those videos. Xu Zhengren is shaking with shame, but he still has to do what he says. Xian enjoys himself, while still mocking him. He keeps ordering him around, but even so, Zhao Chengxian isn't satisfied. He says he's been watching that video over and over. He accuses Xu Zhengren, asks how a person could be that cruel. Huh. He thinks he should be the one asking that question. Now Zhao Chengxian seems kind of unhinged. He forces Xu Zhengren to service him. He makes him promise not to throw himself at just anyone. Xu Zhengren is already crying from the humiliation. Now Zhao Chengxian acts all considerate. He pulls him onto the bed to sleep with him. He says he hopes he'll dream about him. But in his sleep, Xu Zhengren finds himself being stared down by a vicious dog. This guy's actually being blackmailed by his roommate with a video he secretly recorded. In the dream, the vicious dog suddenly lunges at his face with its jaws wide. Xu Zhengren wakes up in a cold sweat. When he wakes up, he finds his hands are tied. Zhao Chengxian is on top of him. Zhengren panics, but Zhao Chengxian is enjoying himself. He's excited by his reaction. He says this scene only existed in his fantasies before. Under his teasing, Xu Zhengren starts to lose it. But then he suddenly stops. Xu Zhengren has no choice but to beg him. He even begs him to untie his hands. Zhao Chengxian looks really satisfied with his begging. He reaches out and untees the rope. Then he leans down to whisper insults in his ear. Xu Zhengren doesn't dare talk back. He just thinks to himself. It's like listening to a dog bark. When Zhao Chengxian finally lets him go, Xu Zhengren remembers how they used to get along. He once casually mentioned that Zhao Chengxian and his sheets smelled nice, like laundry detergent and fabric softener. So Zhao Chengxian gave him a big bottle of detergent. He took it awkwardly, but never used it. He didn't want to use the same brand as Zhao Chengxian. Later he gave him some clothes and other stuff in return. Zhao Chengxian wasn't happy or upset about it. He just accepted it calmly. Back then, Xu Zhengren didn't realize it. That deep down, he actually looked down on Zhao Chengxian. But he never imagined Zhao Chengxian would install a hidden camera in their dorm. Thinking about this, Xu Zhengren suddenly realizes, what if that camera is still there? What if it recorded what just happened with Zhao Chengxian? Panicking Xu Zhengren starts searching everywhere. He can't even imagine how terrible it would be if all this got recorded. It would be a nightmare. But no matter how hard he looks, he can't find the camera. Just as he's freaking out, Jing Shenju calls him. Looking at his phone, he gets an idea. He holds up the phone and looks around, but still finds nothing. He's sweating bullets now. This guy's roommate secretly installed a camera and recorded everything he did. Unable to find the camera, Jing Zhengren gets frustrated, but Jing Shenju keeps calling him persistently. He curses and hangs up. Then his phone gives him an alert. Jing Zhengren finally finds the camera hidden in a cup lid, holding the camera. He figures he can finally get back at Zhao Chengxian. He takes the camera and heads to the dean's office, planning to report this to a teacher. He's even ready to lie about his stuff going missing as an excuse to move out of the dorm. He's planning to go home today. But just as he's about to enter the office, Jing Shenju calls again. He answers reluctant, annoyed, and learns that Han Minyu is in trouble. After he and Jing Shenju separated last night, he got a call to go somewhere. But he ended up falling in a river in the middle of the night. Luckily he swam out. Now he's at the hospital getting checked out. Xu Zhengren makes up an excuse to skip, and goes to the hospital with Jing Shenju. Han Minyu tells them, over, then pushed him off a bridge. The person used a payphone, and he never heard the voice before. Xu Zhengren suspects it was Zhao Chengxian. He asks why he went. Han Minyu mumbles something about having some personal matter to confirm, since he can't figure out who did this to him. Han Minyu is pretty shaken up. He's planning to go home after he's discharged. Leaving the hospital, Xu Zhengren thinks back. On the roof, Zhao Chengxian mentioned Han Minyu. Could he really be the one who pushed Han Minyu in the river? But last night at dawn, he was with Zhou Chengxian. Did Zhao Chengxian sneak out after he fell asleep? Xu Zhengren doesn't think that's possible. While he's lost in thought, Jin Shengju comes over. He feels like these two have been acting weird lately. Feeling guilty, Jin Zhengren quickly changes the subject. He talks about whoever called Han Minyu. But Jin Shengju can't figure out who it could be either. Seeing Xu Zhengren looking so worried, Jin Shengju asks him again, what happened with Minyu? This guy is being stalked by his roommate. His roommate is blackmailing him with a secret video, making him obey his every command. Xu Zhengren and Jin Shengju leave the hospital and find it's pouring rain outside. They decide to catch a cab back to school. Without an umbrella, Xu Zhengren just steps right into the rain. He lets the rain pound his face. Right now, he's only got one thought. He needs to test Zhou Chengxian. See if he's the one who made Han Minyu fall in the water. Jin Shengju, getting out on the other side, casually says it's 8 o'clock. Xu Zhengren freezes. He remembers the rules Zhao Chengxian set for him. He panics and runs into the rain. When he gets back to the dorm out of breath, he sees Zhou Chengxian standing by the window looking grim. Rain is hitting his face, but he doesn't react. Hearing the noise, he turns to look at Xu Zhengren. He just coldly asks where he was. When Xu Zhengren says he went to the hospital to see a friend, he starts grilling him. Xu Zhengren opens his mouth, but doesn't answer. Instead, he asks if he went out last night. Zhao Chengxian shakes his head no. Then he demands to know which friend he visited. Xu Zhengren hesitates, then honestly answers it was Han Minyu. Zhou Chengxian moves closer and closer. His expression is hard to read. I thought after you found the camera, you'd run off with Jin Shengju to report me. Xu Zhengren's whole body trembles. He didn't expect him to know already. But what shocks him even more is Zhou Chengxian saying he must be in love with Jin Shengju. Xu Zhengren fires back that even if that's true, who he likes is none of his business. The moment he says that, Zhao Chengxian punches the wall. You like Jin Shengju, but you slept with Han Minyu. But Xu Zhengren just doesn't want to lose Jin Shengju as a friend. He gets even more worked up. He calls Xu Zhengren trash. You pretend to be best friends with the person you like, then turn around and mess around with some random guy. Realizing he really does like Jin Shengju, Zhao Chengxian gets even angrier. He starts coming onto him. He mocks him for being heartless. He'll just go with anyone. Mid-sentence, he grabs his chin again, forcing him to say he likes it. But after Xu Zhengren gives in, he just shoves him away hard. This guy accidentally got caught on camera, and to get him to delete it, he has to suck up to his roommate. Comment with a dog emoji to ward off tricks. Shoved away, Xu Zhengren looks at Zhao Chengxian confused. Then he hears him coldly insult, saying he smells like a slut. Slumped on the floor. Feels like he can't take this anymore. But Zhao Chengxian shamelessly tells him to do laundry. Xu Zhengren flat out refuses. He yells that he's a psycho. He tells him to send the video wherever he wants. While Zhao Chengxian crosses his arms and coldly says, Jin Shengju. Instantly, Xu Zhengren feels like he's dropped into an ice pit. Swallowing his humiliation, he takes the clothes to the laundry room. He thinks to himself, looks like he really was the one who did that to Han Minyu. But why would he treat him like this? Was it because he hated their relationship? Or just because of his own insecurity? And he and Han Minyu just happened to cross him at the wrong time. Unable to figure it out, he could only keep Jin Xiangju away from him for now, while wondering if his family could help. But given the current situation, even if his family stepped in, they couldn't do anything about Han Minyu. The next day, Xu Zhengren, who got caught in the rain, lay in the dorm all day. When Zhao Chengxian came back, he found him flushed and shivering with cold. After hearing that he hadn't eaten anything all day, Zhao Chengxian pulled out a piece of bread and handed it to him. Xu Zhengren didn't want to eat, but Zhou Chengxian wouldn't take no for an answer, stuffing it directly into his mouth. Then opened a bottle of milk and fed it to him, and finally pulled out medicine for him to take. Faced with this sudden care, Xu Zhengren felt strange. Then Zhao Chengxian suddenly came over to undress him. Xu Zhengren thought he had bad intentions and struggled to refuse, but he just wanted Xu Zhengren to change into dry clothes. Seeing that his sheets were also wet, he picked him up and gently placed him on his own bed. Seeing how he cared for him, Xu Zhengren quietly said thank you. But the next moment he found Zhao Chengxian also crawling into the covers, holding him tightly in his arms, to get his roommate to defeat the mate. This man endured humiliation and was even willing to sacrifice himself. Xu Zhengren was tormented by his cold for 2 days, and during these 2 days, Zhao Chengxian took great care of him. This peaceful coexistence made him recall the scenes from before with Zheng Shenyan in the dorm. Back then the two of them got along harmoniously too. Xu Zhengren even joked, telling him not to be overly modest, or else it would be arrogant. Unexpectedly, his words made Zhao Chengxian anxious, only relaxing after hearing he was joking. Xu Zhengren casually mentioned whether he should give up college entrance exams to pursue an entertainment career. Zhao Chengxian seriously analyzed it for him. Seeing him take his jokes seriously, Xu Zhengren couldn't help but laugh. But Zhao Chengxian seriously complimented him, saying he was really handsome. Xu Zhengren nodded in agreement without any modesty, even boasting that there was no one he couldn't seduce. Then he joked again, saying why not start by seducing you. As soon as he said this, Zhao Chengxian became flustered, staring at him in silence. But back then, Xu Zhengren didn't care at all about what he was thinking. In his view, Zhao Chengxian was just an insignificant person. and he didn't need to care about his feelings. But lying in bed with a cold these past 2 days made Xu Zhengren constantly reflect on what exactly made him so angry to treat him that way. That day, Xu Zhengren was startled awake from his sleep, and sitting up, he saw Zhao Changxian secretly working. He went over to help him finish the work early. But Zhao Changxian didn't appreciate it at all. By saying he was acting crazy like a doll, Xu Zhengren just ignored it and continued helping. After a while, the man looked at him tearfully, begging him to let him go. But he heard Zhao Changxian laugh softly. Xu Zhengren's body shook even more. But he still gathered courage to continue pleading, asking him to forgive him and delete the video. Zhao Changxian looked down at him with contempt, asking if he thought he could solve everything with his body. So he came to seduce him. Seeing Xu Zhengren's tears, Zhao Changxian suddenly went crazy, pinning him to the bed, demanding to know if he deleted the video. What could he do for him? Whether he could offer himself directly. When Xu Zhengren answered that if he wanted, it could be so, Zhao Changxian became even angrier. This man, because of momentary pleasure, was recorded in a shameful video by his roommate, and to get his roommate to delete the video, he was even prepared to sacrifice himself. Not only did Zhao Changxian not accept, he even humiliated him. Xu Zhengren really didn't know what he wanted, angrily calling him a bastard. Comments say get lost, you scumbag. But Zhao Changxian said he just wanted to make him crash. Xu Zhengren found it ridiculous, saying he was so sad he could die. But Jiao Shang, who made him sad, wasn't satisfied, questioning whether he really didn't know what he needed. Xu Zhengren weakly hid in the bathroom, looking at his trembling reflection in the mirror, not knowing how to escape all this. But when he returned to bed, Zhao Changxian said he had already deleted the video. Seeing Xu Zhengren's disbelief, Zhao Changxian moved closer and held his hand, asking him not to leave him. He also said that even without those things, he could still threaten him. Then he talked about his childhood experience of being beaten by his father. Later, when his mother left and his father was arrested, Zhao Changxian went to an orphanage. He thought he wouldn't be beaten anymore, but he was bullied terribly at the orphanage. Finally one day, he exploded, dragging the person who teased him to the bathroom and teaching him a harsh lesson. The reason he told Xu Zhengren this story was to warn him that the person who got beaten was just like him, a coward who bullied the weak and feared the strong. Xu Zhengren knew he was indeed as Zhao Changxian said. Even without the video, he was powerless to escape his threats. That's exactly why, when Jin Xiangju came to find him, he looked around nervously, worried about running into Zhao Changxian. Jin Xiangju came to find him because he and Han Minyu both thought Xu Zhengren had been acting strange lately and felt he was being threatened. Xu Zhengren quickly shook his head in denial and got up to leave. But Jin Xiangju grabbed him, asking why he was keeping his distance, and yet chatting happily in the dorm. Xu Zhengren was shocked, asking who told him about the dorm situation. When he heard it was from asking Zhou Changxian, Xu Zhengren's heart tightened, worried Jin Xiangju would be implicated. So he told him not to concern himself with his affairs anymore. This man was humiliated by his roommate in every way. But when he saw his roommate being picked on, he still stood up for him. Seeing Xu Zhengren was really angry, Jin Xiangju apologized, saying he shouldn't have pried into his business. Xu Zhengren coldly told him never to do such things again. Then he strode away, but actually his mind was in chaos. He could sense that Jin Xiangju seemed to have different feelings for him too. But in this situation, Xu Zhengren felt that maybe ignoring it was the best choice. The next day in the cafeteria, Jin Xiangju had just sat down across from Xu Zhengren. When he saw him stand up, saying he was full, Jin Xiangju looked shocked, asking if he wasn't eating, because he came. If so, he would move somewhere else. Just as he was about to speak, Zhao Changxian walked over, asking if he could eat with them. The enthusiastic Jin Xiangju nodded in agreement. Zhengren didn't understand what he was trying to do. After hesitating, he told them to eat slowly while he planned to leave. But Zhao Changxian told him to sit down and finish eating. He didn't dare refuse, and sat down looking miserable. Jin Xiangju acted like he didn't notice his discomfort, asking Zhao Changxian to be patient with them. He also talked about some things from when the three of them were traveling, and invited Zhou Chengsan to travel to Europe with them during the holidays. Zhao Changxian refused with no expression, saying he had to work at the orphanage during the holidays. But Jin Xiangju kept insisting on the Xu Zhengren didn't know what was wrong with him. He had previously reminded him to consider Zhao Changxian's pride, but now he was suddenly being relentless, even saying he paid for Zhao Changxian's expenses. Wasn't this obviously putting him down? Xu Zhengren angrily kicked the table and told him to shut up, saying he was very disappointed. But Jin Xiangju was even angrier than him, grabbing his clothes and asking why he was ignoring him. Then he heard Xu Zhengren say he was afraid he would ask him to sleep with him. He also said he was no different from Han Minyu, and told him not to bother him. Jin Xiangju turned red with anger, and couldn't help but punch him. Back in the dorm, Xu Zhengren examined the wound on his face. Zhao Changxian walked right in, and asked if he was standing up for him. Why was he so angry? Faced with his approach, Xu Zhengren felt helpless. He mumbled that he didn't know, just felt angry. These two men are too crazy, even treating a wound can turn into passionate touching. Comments say keep it coming, this is exciting. Zhao Changxian carefully treated Xu Zhengren's wound, his expression very pleased. He hadn't expected Xu Zhengren would actually stand up for him. Jin Xiangju seemed very shocked at the time, and looked quite devastated. While talking, Zhao Changxian moved closer to him, saying, whether as praise or mockery, that he had a real talent for driving people crazy. Xu Zhengren didn't know how to respond, then heard him say he was very happy and leaned in for a kiss. Then he asked if he wanted to go kill Jin Xiangju, or get revenge by messing up his face too. Seeing the man didn't answer, Zhao Chengshenkin moved even closer, forcing him to answer the question. With nowhere to escape, Xu Zhenggren said he wanted to go out. But in this situation, how could Zhao Chengxian let him leave? He even turned it around, saying the man was seducing him, burying his head against him. Xu Zhenggren protested that he wouldn't take the blame. Clearly you're the one who came over. Zhao Chengxian started threatening again, telling him to focus when kissing. We go mess up Jin Xiangju's face. His actions also seemed very urgent. Xu Zhenggren weakly told him to stop. But in Zhao Chengxian's eyes, this looked like playing hard to get. This seductive expression was irresistible. Hearing this, Xu Zhenggren couldn't help but laugh, saying yeah, whatever makes you happy, even moving closer on his own. This sudden initiative caught Zhao Chengxian off guard, turning him into a wolf ready to devour the delicious meal before him. But Xu Zhenggren suddenly became shy again, his hands showing refusal, though his body was still very honest. Is this what they call saying no but meaning yes? Zhao Chengxian wasn't buying it at all, and even when the man begged for mercy, he didn't plan to let him go. Afterwards, Xu Zhenggren was completely depressed, thinking he must be crazy. This man was being threatened by someone, yet developed feelings for his threatener. Just thinking about Zhao Chengxian made Xu Zhenggren feel his blood rushing downward. Lying in bed, he tried hard to convince himself that he didn't really want anything to happen with Zhao Chengxian. Tonight's strange emotions were simply because the bathroom was small and lacking oxygen, and kissing him was for Jin Xiangju's sake. But no matter how hard he tried to make excuses, deep down he knew very clearly that his behavior today was different from when he was forced before. Thinking that he actually had feelings for someone who secretly filmed and threatened him, Xu Zhenggren felt like he was just trash. As he lay there with his eyes closed, lost in thought, he felt someone touching his face. It was Zhao Chengxian, thinking he was asleep, gently applying medicine to his wounds. Afterward came a bonus kiss, and he muttered his true feelings to himself. The next day, Xu Zhenggren was checking the wounds on his face, when Zhao Chengxian came and asking him to go eat together. But in the cafeteria, he kept staring at him, asking why he didn't dare look him in the eye, whether he was up to something bad. Xu Zhenggren explained he just felt embarrassed about the wound on his face. The man comforted him, saying even with the wound, he was still charming and beautiful. Then he leaned close to his ear, saying he made him feel itchy inside, asking if he heard what he said last night.